16 former actors who have unexpectedly normal jobs. It takes a lot to stay popular and relevant in Hollywood. Some actors decide that other professions are more to their liking and stop pursuing acting gigs. See what these 16 former actors are up to now. Dylan Sprouse, Brewmaster. Dylan Sprouse is best known for his role in Disney Channel's The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and the spinoff The Sweet Life on Deck. After college, Sprouse decided to pursue mead brewing and is the general manager of Bushwick's all-wise meadery in New York City. And it just so happens that the communications manager at the meadery is Sprouse's smokin' hot model girlfriend, Dayna Frazer. You know what they say, a couple who brews together stays together, or something like that. Amanda Bynes, student and fashion designer. Amanda Bynes had a rough departure from the field of acting, but fortunately, it looks like she's doing really well today. She is taking fashion courses and working on her own designs. A few months ago, she took to Twitter to ensure her followers that all is well in her world. Hi everybody, I haven't tweeted in a long time and I want to say hi. I've been really busy at FIDM, Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, and I just finished my midterms. The same day, she also tweeted that she's loving school and learning a lot. Lark Voohries, writer. Lark Voohries played Lisa Turtle on the iconic show Saved by the Bell. After the show, Voorhies more or less left acting. Her last two performance credits were for Little Creeps and Closer to God, Jessica's Journey, both produced in 2012. She is now the author of 3 books, Reciprocity, Trek of the Cheshire, and A True Light. We just hope she's open to participating in a Saved by the Bell reunion in the future. Frankie Muniz, race car driver and drummer. Frankie Muniz's last big acting gig was as the title character in Malcolm in the Middle. Since then, the former sitcom star has worked on 2 Sharknado projects, and he presently has 3 projects in post-production, according to IMDb. Could he be anticipating a comeback? But when he's not in front of the camera, Muniz likes to drive race cars competitively. He has some serious skills on the speedway, and he played in a band called Kingsfoil for a short time. Kirk Cameron, evangelist. Kirk Cameron was an 80s heartthrob playing Mike Seaver on the ABC show Growing Pains. He did some small bits after that and probably could have continued to have success as an actor, but his real passion is for his evangelical ministry, The Way of the Master. Today, he hosts a podcast self-described as positive and uplifting, in which he engages in discussions about the world through a Christian lens. With the help of his wife, he's also created a camp for ill children called Camp Firefly. Tony Danza, cabaret show host. Tony Danza has been a household name since his roles in Who's the Boss and Taxi. The former boxer now performs in a live show called Tony Danza Standards and Stories. A couple years ago, he starred in a live adaptation of Honeymoon in Vegas, a role that earned him a spot on the Ride of Fame. For those of you who haven't heard of the Ride of Fame, it's a seriously rad series of mobile monuments in New York City. Taran Noah Smith, artist. You may not recognize him now, but Taran Noah Smith played Tim the Toolman Taylor's youngest son Mark on Home Improvement. I started Home Improvement when I was 7 and the show ended when I was 16, Smith explained. I never had the chance to decide what I wanted to do with my life. When I was 16, I knew that I didn't want to act anymore. He now works with art installations at festivals and museums. Nikki Blonsky, hairstylist and makeup artist. We loved feisty Nikki Blonsky for her portrayal of Tracy Turnblad in the musical Hairspray. Although she has continued to gradually add acting credits to her portfolio, including roles in the TV series Valemont, Huge, and Smash, Blonsky doesn't count on that career for the entirety of her income. She received her cosmetology license in 2011 and now works mainly as a hair and makeup artist. It's a great gig to have during the downtime between auditions. Karen Parsons, educational film producer. Karen Parsons played Hillary on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and she now helps make films through an organization called Sweet Blackberry. The organization has completed 3 films that help recognize the accomplishments of unsung black heroes. Like many of the stars on this list, Parsons also has another job. She's a parent to 3 sons and a daughter. We can't pass up an opportunity to share a little Fresh Prince insider information. According to an interview Parsons had with ABC News, her character and the character of Carlton were nearly cut from the show early on because execs didn't find them initially pertinent. Thank goodness they changed their minds. Charlie Korsmo, lawyer. Remember Charlie Korsmo from What About Bob and Hook? He was so adorably dorky, and we miss him. Turns out he got a physics degree from MIT and a law degree from Yale. He now works as a lawyer and a professor. Possibly most brag-worthy of all, he was nominated to be a member of the Board of Trustees on the Barry Goldwater Scholarship and Excellence in Education Foundation. The coolest part about that is President Barack Obama was the one who made the nomination. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, writer. Now where has this dreamboat been? Jonathan Taylor Thomas is another Home Improvement cast member who left the world of acting. Although he's arguably best known for his role on Home Improvement, we mustn't forget he also voiced Simba in Disney's classic The Lion King. Thomas went on to attend Harvard University, St. Andrews University in Scotland, and the Columbia University School of General Studies. He recently co-wrote a script with Zachary Ty Bryan, his on-screen older brother from Home Improvement, and we're excited to see how it turns out for them. Jack Gleason, puppeteer. Jack Gleason played Joffrey Baratheon in Game of Thrones and shocked everyone by announcing his acting retirement in 2012 at age 21. The answer isn't interesting or long-winded, he told Entertainment Weekly regarding his decision. I've been acting since age 8. I just stopped enjoying it as much as I used to. He had some fun working as a puppeteer in the play Bears in Space, but who knows what he'll be doing in a few years. Hayden Christensen, farmer, clothing line owner, and producer. Hayden Christensen is still acting a bit these days, but he also owns a farm in Ontario, Canada, and has a farm-inspired clothing line. He also runs a production company with his older brother. But how does one go from landing a role as prominent as Anakin Skywalker in 2002's Star Wars Episode II Attack of the Clones to straying away from the acting craft? I guess I felt like I had this great thing in Star Wars that provided all these opportunities and gave me a career, but it all kind of felt a little too handed to me, Christensen told the LA Times. Freddie Prinze Jr., chef. Have you taken a peek at this former actor's Instagram account lately? He doesn't use the word actor to describe himself, rather writes that he's a chef, Jedi, and father. The man best known for starring in the movies Scooby-Doo and She's All That, and for being Sarah Michelle Gellar's hubby, is now actively in the culinary arts. He's published his own cookbook called Back to the Kitchen, 75 delicious real recipes and true stories from a food-obsessed actor. Kevin Jonas, app entrepreneur. After pop rock band the Jonas Brothers broke up, eldest brother Kevin had plenty of solo projects to keep him busy, but surprisingly, they weren't actually music-related. Instead, he went on to participate in the 7th season of Celebrity Apprentice and to work as a contractor and app builder. He's the brains behind an app called You'd, intended to ease one's search for food, and he just recently co-launched a mobile gaming company. 2 of the company's games include Demi Lovato's Zombarazzi Adventure and DNCE. Peter Ostrom, vet. Chances are you wouldn't even recognize the name Peter Ostrom if it weren't for the accompanying image. Ostrom won the hearts of millions in his unforgettable role as Charlie in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But as bizarre as this probably sounds, he never acted again, despite being offered a 3-film contract after playing Charlie. When he got a little older, he decided to revisit the career path, but when he wasn't scoring any roles, he essentially put that part of his life behind him for good to care for animals.